Son konuşmacımız bugün doçent doktor Duygu ÇELİK. Duygu hocam sizi biraz beklettik, kusura bakmayın. Ama sizin EOSC'la ilgili vereceğiniz sunum da hayli önemli. Duygu ÇELİK 2021 yılından bu yana TÜBİTAK'ta başkan danışmanı olarak çalışıyor. 2019-2021 yılları arasında da EOSC'de bilimsel görevli olarak görev yaptı. Şu anda TÜBİTAK toplumsal cinsiyet eşitliği planının geliştirilmesi ve uygulaması üzerine çalışıyor. Ayrıca EOSC Yönetim Kurulu üyesi. Buyurun Duygu hocam, sizi dinliyoruz. Teşekkür ederim.
Ebru Hanım, çok teşekkür ederim. Ben yabancı katılımcılar da olduğu için konuşmamı İngilizce hazırladım aslında. Konuda Avrupa Komisyonu'nu çok ilgilendirdiği için belki dışarıdan katılımcılar da yine YouTube üzerinden dinlemek isterler. O yüzden sunum İngilizce.
Tabii ki. Zaten çift dilli bir şey hazırlamıştık. Buyurun Duygu.
Organizasyon için de çok teşekkür ederim. Ayrıca beni davet ettiğiniz için de çok faydalı olduğunu düşünüyorum. Benim için de çok faydalı oldu. Çok şey öğrendim. Öndeki konuşmacılara da aynı zamanda teşekkür etmek istiyorum. Gerçekten hepsinin sunumları çok aydınlatıcıydı.
Çok teşekkür ederim.
Şu an sunum görünüyor herhalde, değil mi?
Görünüyor
Tamam.
Duygu Hanım. Yes, the floor is yours then.
Okay. Thank you very much again. And today I would like to talk about EOSC and open science, mostly related with European Commission policies, where it started, how it started, why, and where we are now. And let's change. Okay. There is a problem now. Okay. So the open science paradigm affects the whole research cycle and all its stakeholders. It implies sharing knowledge and tools as early as possible, as openly as possible, and as fair as possible, not only within a discipline, but also between disciplines and society at large. Where we are now and where we expect to go with open science policies. Okay, the dominant current system is rewarding individual competing scientists. In this system, publish as much and as fast as possible. Excellence is defined largely on the basis where scientists publish, like Science and Nature journals, and it incentives researchers to produce scientific outputs. Mainly the number of publications are important, so use of quantitative metrics rather than qualitative, and increasing influence of commercial players from access to public publications. And what we expect with open science, rewarding collaboration and share knowledge, data as early and as openly as possible, composite definition of excellence, and incentives researchers not just to produce scientific outputs, which are mainly publications, but also increase quality and impact. Avoid lock-in and public-funded R&I output and ensuring autonomy of research performing organizations. Little bit on history side, when and where how it started. In 2016, European Council conclusions on the transition towards an open science system. And then after that, people started to talk about open science. And in 2018, European Commission recommendation on access to and preservation on scientific information. And then new era, it will continue with Pact of R&I in Europe, the recommendation in R&I in Europe. And Council conclusion on the future governance of the era, including era policy agenda. And now we all know that 4 of 20 policy agenda includes open science and EOSC. Okay, what are the advantages? Open science means sharing knowledge and tools as early as possible, not only between researchers and between disciplines, but also with society at large. And open science improves the quality, efficiency, and creativity of research and the trust by society in science. In particular, open science is beneficial for science, scientists, and funders. And here, Commission acts as policymaker, a funder, and a capacity builder. But okay, but what are the beneficiaries of open science for science and scientists and funders? Okay, go. No. Okay. Here are the beneficiaries. Tackles the productivity of crisis, faster response to societal challenges like coronavirus and Ebola. Access to and sharing results yields higher impact through collaboration, generates new research findings and decrease inequalities, and large opportunity cost of non-fair data, which is around 10.2 billion per year. Here, we need to improve the practice of research and innovation. We also need to develop proper enablers. What are they? Okay, we need to improve openly accessible scholarly publications, early sharing of research outputs, open methods and resources, all digital outputs, fair and research data management, reproducible results, societal engagement, and responsibility. And okay, we need to reward and incentive to adopt open science practices with responsible use of metrics, appreciate skills and education, including research integrity, open research infrastructures, including EOSC, legal and regulatory environment for data and copyright. So, okay, here we involve all the actors, engage internationally in changing research culture. These are necessary. Okay, sorry for this, but there is a technical issue here.
No problem.
Okay. Here are the 8 ambitions on the European Union's open science policy. The first one is the development and consolidation of the EOSC. And it continues with establishment of an open repository for research objects from Horizon Europe projects, improve the reproducibility of research results, minimize the application of effort, better and more societal engagement in RNI, consolidation of Open Research Europe platform, increase openness, quality and performance of the EU RNI system. And last but not least, improved overall capacities within the European research area to conduct open science and implement it as a modus operandi of modern science. Okay, what is EOSC? As we always say, co-creation. We always talk about the importance of co-creation and succeeding together, and EOSC is really the involving of all the actors in this ecosystem, researchers, citizens, all policymakers, data steward, EOSC, and in EOSC enablers, data scientists. So it's a process, it's an open, trusted, federated infrastructure. It is an evolving ecosystem. I won't go through all of them, but as a process, it accelerates open science, fair data management, and use of digital methods and services. It stimulates cooperation in science and research, new insights and innovations, higher research productivity, and improved reproducibility in science. Here, where EOSC stands in the European data strategy. Okay, on the right side, you see this blue box. This is taken from European Data Strategy. EOSC is the basis for a science, research and innovation data space that will bring together data resulting from research and deployment programs and will be connected and fully articulated with the sectoral data spaces. Oh. Okay, we all know about Horizon Europe program and Horizon 2020 program. This is important. Why? This is the EU invest heavily in research and innovation with these programs, and with Horizon 2020, 80 billion spent, which led to over 30,000 projects. And this means lots of reports, publications, data, software, patents. And now we are in Horizon Europe with more budget, 95 billion euros. This means this will lead more reports, more publication than what we have received from Horizon 2020 projects. So we need to maximize reuse of knowledge and other research outputs. And some novelties in Horizon Europe that we can compare with the previous program, Horizon 2020, iterational and scope move from open access to open science with a broadened scope of policy. In the evaluation, open science is evaluated under excellence criteria. In the intellectual property right, requirement to maintain enough rights to meet open access requirements to publication. And on the publication with no embargo, it should be published immediately open access. And only publication fees in full open access venues are reimbursable. On the data side, research data management is mandatory for all projects generating and reusing data. And qualified open access to research outputs, specific licenses and technical standards for digital objects to enable fair, trusted repositories, and reproducibility of research, so information for validation of publications and for validation and reuse of data is required. Research data under Horizon Europe program. The governing principle will be to manage research data responsibly in line with fair and for data to be as open as possible and as close as necessary. This includes at all proposal stage, beneficiaries will be evaluated on preliminary research data management considerations. All projects that generate research data will have to establish and regularly update a data management plan. So as you already talked about it, this is a living document. Beneficiaries will have to deposit data in trusted repositories, and beneficiaries to ensure open access as soon as possible under these licenses. Okay, I will skip this because this is a history, and okay, there will be some outcomes of EOSC. The first one is deploy the core components and services of EOSC and federate existing data infrastructures in Europe, working towards the interoperability of research data. The second one is establish a monitoring mechanism to collect data and benchmark investments, policies, digital research outputs. open science skills and infrastructure capacities related to EOSC. And the third one is deploy open science principles and identify best practices. These are the outcomes of EOSC. Last but not least, this is a summary. The success of EOSC will largely depend on change of culture among the researchers towards openness. Research funders, not just the Commission, also TÜBİTAK, are increasingly committed to foster open access, data management along the FAIR principles, as well as incentives and rewards. Thank you very much.
Thank you Duygu ÇELİK. Çok teşekkür ederiz. Buraya kadarki sabrınızdan ötürü de tüm dinleyicilerimize teşekkür ediyoruz. Sonuç olarak dijital devrim, bilginin tabiatını ve bilimsel araştırmanın yürütülme şeklini hızla ve derinden değiştirdi. Veri odaklı bilimin yükselişi, araştırma ve akademik değerlendirmede reform yapma ihtiyacını da beraberinde getirdi. Bugün lansmanı yapılan Açık Ders Platformu, Türkiye çapında açık bilimle ilgili konularda farkındalık yaratmak, mevcut bilgi düzeyini artırmak, araştırmacıların proje süreçlerini kolaylaştırmak, kamu fonlarıyla üretilen bilimsel bilginin içeriğin korunmasına katkıda bulunmak için planlandı. İçeriğini açık bilim konusunda az önce sunum yapan arkadaşlarım hazırladı biliyorsunuz. Lansman için başkanımıza da tekrar çok teşekkür ediyoruz ve sözü müdürümüz Miras Satoğlu'na bırakıyorum. Çok teşekkür ederiz katılımlarınız için. Sağ olun, var olun.
Merhabalar. Çok değerli katkıları oldu programda. Hem veri paylaşımı hem açık bilim portalımızın açık ders portalımızın lansmanı, hem EOSC hem iklim için adalet konusuna uygun olarak bu konudaki çalışmalar, tüm konuşmalar hepsi ayrı ayrı katkı sundular. Tüm konuşmacılarımıza teşekkür ediyoruz. Hafta boyu etkinlikler yerelde, üniversitelerimizde devam edecek. Konunun zaten önemini başkanımız da açılış konuşmasında vurguladı. Bu anlamda çalışmalar sürekli devam ediyor. Altyapıda geliştirmeler, eğitimler. Tüm akademisyenlerimizin de bu konuya destek olarak, sahip olarak ve çalışma süreçlerini de yavaş yavaş adapte ederek bize destek olmalarını istirham ediyoruz. Bugüne kadar bu programa katkı veren tüm hocalarımıza çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Katılıp dinleyen, bizleri 3 saat boyunca takip eden tüm dinleyicilere de teşekkür ediyoruz. Açık erişim haftasının hayırlı uğurlu olmasını diliyorum.
Teşekkür ederiz. Sağ olun. Görüşmek üzere. Tekrar yeni etkinliklerde, yeni lansmanlarda ümit ediyoruz. Hoşça kalın.